Hello everyone. It's probably been a hot minute since you have seen a normal video where it's just me and I'm just sitting here and I'm just talking directly to you. Since around February 15th actually, and a little bit before that, I've been telling a story. And if we're being honest, I've been telling that story for actually about 4 years. But for the past couple of months, it's been a journey of tying that story together and giving it an ending. As some of you who have subscribed to this channel may or may not know, I had a series that I started back in 2021 called Adventures with Glitch Trap. Adventures with Glitch Trap started out as just a silly joke. It was never in my mind, so I thought, going to take off in the way that it did. It was just kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. I decided to do a photo shoot in a glorified closet cosplay of Glitch Trap. Long story short, I just did a silly thing in a last-ditch effort to cheer myself up after having the worst year I had ever experienced in my life. If you haven't watched the new photo shoot I just did for New Year's Eve of 2025, in that video I went more into detail about that year, briefly. But basically I had gone through a lot of losses and a lot of near losses, and it was just a really difficult and trying year. And so I did something silly with a character that I both loved and hated. And that character kind of became an unintentional mascot of at least a partial bit of this channel. And yeah, here we are, 84 videos later, 84 adventures. Give or take, some of them are just little lore videos here and there, but there are 84 videos in that playlist, which is insane. But here I am, 4 years later, and I thought it was about time to bring Alt's story to a close. Alt, while starting out as a Glitch Trap cosplay type of situation, was always more so in my mind a second version of me. He started out as kind of this personification or embodiment of a voice in my head that, was kind of, we all have that voice in our head, right? That's, kind of always over your shoulder, scrutinizing everything you do, calling you out, or making you feel insecure, or like you're not good enough, or like you can never please everyone. And so he did kind of just start out as this little villain type of alter ego of mine. And then over time, this story kind of came about where I thought, this can mean something beyond just being a character of a silly series, right? I could turn this into something that has a meaningful message, or multiple meaningful messages wrapped into one with a little bow, I know this is kind of like a weird, long-winded way of explaining Alt's origins, but again, long story short, that's going to become my new motto of this year. Watch. But long story short, Alt ended up kind of becoming very important to me, and means a lot to me as just this character that kind of accidentally came to be and then turned into something a lot deeper. And his story has been so fun to tell. It's really opened up a lot of new doors for me in learning things in different fields, like making films and branching out in the style of music that I make. And just, I don't know, he's opened a lot of doors for me, and he's made me step outside of the box, which is something that I've been needing to do for a really long time, I think. And it's just now, becoming very evident to me that I shouldn't wait anymore. Why wait anymore, Like, there's no reason not to just go for it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I am doing. So that whole introduction aside, I'm here today to clarify how the future is going to look for not only this channel, but now my brand new channel, just titled Alt. Because I know a lot of you, upon seeing the short film that I made, were alarmed at first. Let me preface this by saying I'm not quitting. I'm not retiring. I couldn't even if I wanted to. And I don't want to, okay? I don't plan on retiring for a really long time. I'm only 22. I have so much time ahead of me. I'm just getting started, okay? I've been doing this for almost 10 years, but believe me, I am just getting started. And I have so many cool goals and milestones that I want to reach. And so I'm going to start working really hard toward them. 'Cause again, I feel like for a while, I've been a little bit complacent, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to try new things, so I'm going to do that. So first and foremost, this channel is not going anywhere. As I said, not quitting, not leaving this channel behind. It's not going to go stale. I'm still going to be actively uploading here. The uploads that you'll see on this channel are going to be very familiar, all of the usual type of stuff. This includes fan mail openings, this includes cosplay videos, this includes nerdcore music, all of the same stuff that I still do. One thing I may try and do slightly differently is to try my hardest to get the YouTube algorithm to accept me when I want to do gaming videos or just vlogs where I can just talk to you guys. And you know, I'm not always trying to make these super intense, high effort, like, videos that can really contribute to burnout a lot quicker. I want to be able to make sometimes more just casual content that's heartfelt and it's just raw. It's just me talking to you about, like, my day, showing you Timmy, you know, showing you Tempest. Like, I don't know. I just want to sit down and, like, talk to you guys, and because I want to feel more grounded in the community again, and I feel like I've lost touch with that. I've focused so much lately, and I hate that I've done this, but I've found myself focusing so much on the numbers that I've kind of grown so anxious that I kind of forget to just have fun and to just make a video and to just talk to you guys and to remember why I started this. I've like almost Pavlovian conditioned myself to look at the numbers first and then go, oh no, my numbers are performing really, really, really bad this week. What have I done wrong? No one's watching this content. I'm doing something wrong. The algorithm hates me. You know, my community is bored of me. Like, I need to, you know, fix it. I look at my numbers first and I think that there's something that needs to be fixed. And that's not the mindset that I need to be in. I just want to focus on making content that at the time of making it brings me joy to record and to make, and then that also brings me joy to put out in the world. And so I feel like by introducing more casual content with the usual content I do would maybe help with that. And also just make the channel continue to feel more, you know, personal, or like not so much intimate, but just like less commercial, less clickbait, less colors in your face, look at me, look at me, look at me, because I feel like that's what the internet has become, and that's what YouTube has become, is you have to be so eye-grabbing and attention-grabbing that like a lot of content has just become kind of shallow, and I don't want to fall into that trap, as I've felt myself beginning to by trying to produce shorts or, you know, to adhere to what the algorithm wants me to do, more so than adhering to what my heart wants to do. So that's something I want to try and focus more on with this channel, is still doing all of the same things, maybe in a slightly more relaxed schedule, since I'll now be maintaining a second channel, which we'll get to in a moment. But all of the usual things, plus just maybe some more casual content that I feel like I would enjoy making and that you guys would hopefully enjoy watching. So not a whole lot of changes. It's all going to be very familiar. It's not going to be some big scary change. So for those of you who have subscribed for all of the silly stuff and all of the cosplay stuff, and even if you came from shorts, cool, that means they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're bringing in new people, they're bringing in new, you know, like views and whatnot, which is nice. And I do enjoy making shorts. I like doing the cosplay transitions the most. Those ones are really fun. So not to say that I'm like bashing on short sample content completely. I do enjoy making it. It's just sometimes it feels like there's a pressure to do it consistently. Because that's just how the system works. If you take breaks in between, it just falls off. So it's difficult to maintain. But I'm not stepping away from shorts entirely either. I know this is really long-winded, but hopefully you can keep up with my thought process here. Again, the new motto, long story short, not a whole lot is going to change on my main channel, which is this one, the one you're watching this video on, Night Cove the Fox, that's me. The content on this channel is going to stay basically exactly the same. I still have some cool projects in the works, including the Ruin album. Don't worry, I have not forgotten about it. It's just been so crazy busy with other things that need more immediate attention that has just kind of been set aside for now. There's other things too, but you know, we'll talk about that in the future in more vlogs that I hopefully do from now on. So for now, let's just leave it at that, and let's move on to the brand new channel. The whole reason I kind of did the long explanation at the beginning of this video about alt was for those of you who may have clicked on this video and gone, who's that? Now you have a little bit of context. Alt, like I said, is not so much Glitch Trap anymore as so much he's just a piece of me. Or like, I don't know, I explained it better earlier. If you are interested and haven't yet seen the story unfold with alt and you're still confused, I will link the playlist in the description of this video that will take you to the story in order. It's not all of it, but it is most of it, and it starts from my interactive series called Unadventure with Glitch Trap, where you get to choose your own path, and there are secrets within, which then lead you to other endings. Think In Space with Markiplier, but at a far, far lower budget. And like 2 people, because it was just me and my sister. But even given that, I think it turned out really well. It's still one of my most favorite things I've ever made. It's very silly, it's very clever, it summarizes the whole series in such a perfect and fun little interactive way. And if you would like to go beyond that, way to the yonder days and get the full story, then I will also link the playlist to just the Adventures with Glitch Trap series. It has all 84 videos starting from New Year's of 2021 all the way up until, you know, I think January of this year. With the photo shoot I just did. There you can see the growth of that silly series and the slow transition into the lore and the story and the moment alt is, you know, manifested for the first time. There are also songs too from this character besides the 2 that I've just recently released this year. They're also in their own playlist, so I'll just link that one too. There's 3 playlists, and if you watch all of them, then you might be able to pat the pieces together and kind of understand what I'm trying to do here. And that's if you're new, or if you don't know what I'm talking about. Most of you who are watching this probably know what I'm talking about. So let's just move on and allow me to more in-depthly explain the plan for this brand new channel. This brand new alt channel is going to be my journey into a grander musical artist career, hopefully. On that channel, the content is going to be different than what you are used to seeing on this channel. On this channel, you get to see all of my nerdcore stuff that's a little more lighthearted, silly, You know, it's not so serious. Does it have its serious moments? Sure, especially with this alt story. But most of the time, it's all very light content. So in contrast, the content that I put out on the alt channel is going to be more original, more deep, more meaningful, and more mature. So there, you can watch, hopefully, me grow as an independent artist, making more original pieces. Not so much songs about video games or shows, but songs and maybe even short films about things that are more personally meaningful to me. Like, I want to start putting out real messages to the world. And yes, I've kind of done that with my nerdcore music, but it was always under the guise of Five Nights at Freddy's. So, you know, it can only go so far. But with the alt channel, I want to really drive that forward because I've been making original songs for so long. For some of you who have been here from the very beginning of this channel, you may know that I had a couple of originals that have come out on this channel and have since been removed because they're super old and I was like 12 and I was, oh, you know. But I've been making original stuff for a very long time too. And that calling to pursue that has just been growing louder and louder and louder. And I felt like alt was the perfect person to carry on that path. Or, you know, that aspiration of mine. So all of this is going to be a new balance for me to maintain, having two channels, my main one here and my second one, which is just at its baby first step stages. But it's still a path that I'm really excited and glad to be pursuing. Because again, I've waited this long and I've wanted to do this for quite some time, and I've just never pulled the trigger. So I'm finally doing it. So if you subscribe to this channel for fandom-related content, then this channel is perfect for you. Stick around, stay, because I'm staying. I'm not quitting, I'm not going anywhere, and the content I upload on this channel is going to still remain very familiar to you, with just maybe some slight tweaks or changes as I figure out the ebb and flow of managing two channels now. But if you would like to support my original independent artist career, it would mean a lot to me if you could also follow me over to the alt channel, subscribe, stick around, and just hopefully enjoy the original music I start to make. I have a few songs that are already lined up that mean a whole lot to me. There's no telling when they'll finally come out, you know, because it's always a process getting things, you know, done from start to finish to release. But I have a lot of grand plans for that channel, and I really want to push myself in not only the music aspect, but also in film. Like, I want to make cool, I don't know, I just want to do really cool stuff that is outside of the nerdcore or Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, category. Right now, I'm currently chasing the goal to get the brand new alt channel to the point where I can start monetizing and, you know, get it off the ground. Again, like I said, it's still at its first baby step stages, so it's gonna be kind of a slow journey at first, unless, I don't know. I'm fully prepared for it to be kind of sluggish, because that's just how it is when you open a new account on YouTube. The algorithm doesn't know what to do with you. You're just kind of, you just spawn from the ether and they're like, hi, who are you? Are you gonna make us any money? Okay, maybe. Like, it's not even so much as just getting the people there. It's gonna be the algorithm too that I'm up against. So if you would like to help and support me in that journey, it would mean a whole lot if you could subscribe to the alt channel. It'll be linked in the description as well. Everything you need to click on will be in the description of this video. I may also pin a comment so that, you know, if you scroll down, it's there too. But yeah, it would really help if you guys subscribe to that channel to help get it, you know, off the ground. Because the more numbers I can rack in, the easier it is going to be to get the algorithm to actually look at the channel and be like, oh, you're actually doing something here. Oh, that's neat, sweetie. Okay, we'll throw you some breadcrumbs. You know, so anything helps. Spread the word, join the ride. It's gonna be an epic one, and I'm super excited for the projects I have planned for that channel too. And anyways, thanks so much for being along for the ride as I tell this alt story over the course of 4 years, Scott Cawthon style, where I'm kind of just making it up as I go. But I feel like that's kind of the charm of it, because I never looked too far ahead, and by doing that I feel like the story elements kind of just came naturally based on what I was going through at the time. So the story kind of was molded to me and moved with me. Wow, that sounds deep and poetic as hell. You know, I'm just saying words now. You know, insert deep philosophical stuff here. Wink. You know, big brain over here. That's me. Anyways, thank you so much for having the patience and the attention span to, you know, just join me in this story. It's, like I said, been very fun to tell. It's one of the best things I think I've ever done with this channel. It's bittersweet that it's come to, you know, an end now, but it's an ending, but it's also a new beginning. Good things are coming. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been recording for way too long, because I always talk way more than I anticipate when I sit down to do these videos. But stay tuned, because I have some really, really awesome news headed your way. Save the date, May 9th. You're going to hear some really cool stuff from me. Phoenix Fan Fusion is on the horizon. Yes, I am attending. Yes, I am doing panels, and I will go into more detail about those things when the day comes, which is very, very soon. And I also have some new cosplays that I'm really excited to show you guys. Very cool stuff is coming, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm so excited. And now that all of this, you know, gloomy storytelling is behind us for now, we can focus on the big, happy, cool stuff that is coming up. Now that I've made you all cry, don't worry. You want to know a fun fact? The tears that, you know, Night Cove I shed in that short film were, they were real. And see? Can't do it. I'm gonna cry again just thinking about it. It's so silly because again, all of this was born from just an accidental, silly little idea. Just a little series, which this is your PSA. Just do the thing. Because like this series, you never know which thing you do is going to be the one that just takes off and inspires your whole career and opens really cool doors for you. So just do the thing. But anyway, yeah, the tears, they were real. I was crying because I was thinking about all that's changed since starting it. You know, like all of the good and all of the bad, all of the losses, but all of the gains, and just how much I've grown as a person. I grew up with this series just as much as the rest of you did. I think I started that series my senior year. So I grew up with it. I grew up with him, with Alt, with the Glitch Trap series. It grew me. So yeah, the tears were real. And I was also sobbing like a baby during the premiere too, when I saw you guys typing in the live chat saying that you were crying, and then I was like, no, don't do that, I'm crying again. And I've already cried when I recorded it, I cried when I was editing it, I cried when I had to do the voiceover for it, I cried when I watched the premiere, and I'm crying now, or almost crying. I'm not gonna do it. I'm too dehydrated for that. It's summer in Arizona. I can't afford tears right now. Water in this economy? That's crazy. But thank you so much for being here and for being you, which is always very important. And if there's anything I've wanted to do with my channel, it's to inspire happiness and to remind you guys to love yourselves and just do the thing. You know? Just do the thing. My whole career exists because I simply did a thing and it just happened. Follow your dreams. Not to be like cliche, but follow your dreams. Insert deep philosophical thing here. Big brain. That's me. Regular uploads will hopefully be resuming soon. I have so much fan mail to open, and it's gonna be like Christmas. I'm so excited to finally sit down and just start recording again. I want to play silly games. I've been playing Repo. It's so fun. If you guys would like to see me play Repo with my family, let me know. I would love to make a video because it's such a funny game. But yeah, regular uploads, cosplay stuff, all of that jazz. It'll be resuming soon. I'm not gonna promise a date just because I suck at promising and delivering, especially when I'm juggling like 50 million things right now with Phoenix Fan Fusion coming up. But now that the alt story is wrapped, that kind of frees up a little bit of my time because that was having my full attention for quite some time, since at least January of this year. So 5 months later, I finally get to move on to other things, including resuming regular uploads. So I look forward to it. I know you guys are probably eager as well, as much as you've, been patient with me as I told this slow story. I know that a lot of you are probably also very excited to get back to things as usual. I'm gonna finally leave it here. I just wanted to clarify some things and mostly reassure you guys that I'm not leaving. I'm not quitting. Don't worry. I love this job. I love what I do. I wouldn't want any other job. And I plan on sticking around for a very long time. Thanks again for everything you do, for all of your support. Don't forget also, despite the alt story being over, the merch line is still going. You can find it on nightcovethefox.com, and the limited edition, the Villain Collection, is still available. It ends on the 17th of this month at 1 p.m., I believe, MST. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I have so much to do. May 9th, save the date. Really cool news is coming. Thank you all so much. And as always, remember to stay bright, because you are a star. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.